As a business owner, one of our aspirations is to have people take interest in our vision and help us realize it. There's this feeling beyond comprehension that comes with securing the right investors to our projects. If there's one thing that has made the top mega companies what they are today, it is partnership. That's why I don't understand why we, the Africans, constantly shy away from partnership. We are so comfortable in sole proprietorship, so much so that we lose sight of the numerous benefits of partnering with others. An African would rather make a $30,000 per annum in a business they own alone than make a $200,000 per annum and share it with two other partners. We as Africans need to understand that partnership is actually the way forward. We commonly say in Africa that you can't tie a bundle of firewood alone, and we also say that united we stand, divided we fall. So why don't we take partnering with others as one of our priorities in order for us to progress? Let's learn to open our arms to others and look for investors. If big companies like Apple still open to investors, who are we not to open our arms to investors? Who are you to think that you can do it alone? On my video on how to attract investors to your business, and your response was positive. So that's exactly what we would be doing in this video. And if you're one of those who requested for this video, please go straight and get a bowl of popcorn alongside a pen and paper to take notes. So in order for you to attract investors to your business, you need to know exactly what they want or what they expect from you. And also you need to know how to properly approach them. And that's exactly what we are going to be doing in this video. But before we do that, please do well to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and also like this video before we get into the point. And I am going to be giving you 2 seconds to do that. If you are new to the channel, my name is Elvin Jig, and my mission on this channel is to make sure that you attain your financial independence as soon as possible. And that's why on this channel we give you lots of business ideas that's going to propel your prosperity and that of Africa as a whole. And just as this video which was requested, please don't hesitate to let us know in the comment section what topic you would love us to cover in order to edify you more. That said, let's get straight into the video. So like I said, in order for you to attract investors, you need to have a mastery of what they want exactly or what they look out for. So the first thing I would love you to know is that investors generally consider logic, reasons, and proof. Yeah, that is to say, when they are exchanging with you, they don't put in any emotions, all right? Go straight to the point and let them know what they are going to be gaining exactly from your project. Give them enough reasons to invest in your project. Everything shouldn't be about you, but rather the majority of your presentation should be about what the customers are going to be gaining, what they are going to be gaining, and lastly, what you are going to be gaining. Show them any proof they want, and when we talk of proofs, we are talking of figures. Be clear and transparent with your figures. Let your projections be as clear as possible. Let your analytics be as convincing as possible. So that leads us to the second point, which is the fact that investors focus more on figures. Yes. Let them understand the total market capital and how much they would make from it, because they are business people after all. All they want is money and money. They aren't coming to be making friends with you or to become family members. The third thing you need to understand is that investors are time-based oriented. That is, they need to know exactly how long it would take, for example, for them to recover their capital invested and start making profit. The next thing, and this is very important, please, because this is a trap in which a lot of people fall. You need to understand that investors hate promises. Yes, there's nothing they hate as promises, because some business owners think that the more they promise the investors that, oh, we are going to achieve this, we are going to be making this, they think that that's what interests the investors. But unfortunately, it is often a turn-off to most investors. Have it at the back of your mind that investors will most likely ask you questions like, why should I invest in your business? How much did you make last year? So what I would advise you at this stage is not to make up anything. Yes, don't make up anything, right? Be clear and transparent with them. If they ask you that question, don't tell them things like, I can assure you that this is what we are going to be making, this is the profit that we are going to be making, this is what. No, you don't speculate anything. If you are asked the question and you don't have the clear answer to it, ask them the permission to take note of it and get back to them later on with more concrete answers. Feel free to tell them your story because that's part of the convincing strategy. Yes, tell them your story, but be brief and relevant. Sell your market. Yes, sell your market to them, but do that smartly. Don't go about boring them with things that are not necessary. Avoid unnecessary bulk talking, all right? Go straight to the point and tell them exactly what they want to hear. Answer their questions precisely. So the next thing I would advise you do is to always have a plan B, because a normal investor who comes up to you knows that there's no business that has gotten no risk. So don't be scared of having a plan B because, like I said, it is normal. No business is risk-free. So try to have a clear analytical business plan that you are going to be presenting to them with a well-defined structure and feasibility. The next thing you need to know is that investors are actually looking for skills. Yeah, they've gotten the money, right? So they are not interested in your money. What they are interested in is your skills, your potential. Their problem isn't actually the lack of resources, okay? Their problem is actually the lack of resourcefulness. Yes, they need to just know that you are very resourceful, you are very smart and hardworking, and you are good to go. They want to see in you the ability to make money with no money. That leads us to our next point, which is the fact that investors are looking for creative minds. They are basically looking for people who can think creatively, people with whom they know that they will keep up coming with new innovations or newer versions of whatever product they are investing in. That said, they need people who work hard. They need people who can transform a no to a yes. So if you know that you are a very hardworking person and you are that pushful and you are a goal getter who doesn't give up, you are a good game for investors. The next thing I would love you to know is that investors want a long-lasting business. No one wants to lose money, all right? Everyone wants to make money and assure the continuity of making more and more money in future, in decades, and in centuries to come for their generations and generations, all right? So investors want a business that can actually stand the test of time, because in most cases, if you didn't know, investors are mostly aged people who are trying to secure more and more wealth to pass on to their generations. And that's what we call generational wealth, right? If you're interested also in generational wealth or how you can get about securing generational wealth, you can as well indicate in this comment section. You know how we roll it here, and I will definitely make a video on that. So investors actually want a product that can evolve over time. They want a clear projection of your market size. Is your market size going to grow over time? Is the buying power of your audience sustainable? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself when you are about to meet an investor or when you're about to exchange with an investor. Now, the next point is scalability. Yes. What's the scalability of your project? Yes. What's the capacity? Is it a highly scalable business, or is it a standard or static business? What type of business do you have? Or is it a business that is drawing closer to bankruptcy, or that will be drawing closer to bankruptcy in a few years to come? Are you going to scale your business to millions of dollars in 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years to come? Are you going for a world-class product in the next 10 years, for example? Those are the type of things that investors would love to know about your business. And that said, I can assure you that if you are smart enough to come up with a world-class product, there's no investor that can resist you. And when we talk of a world-class product, we simply mean a product that is up to standards and can sell worldwide. The next thing, which is the last but not the least thing to have in mind, is that you need to have some values. Yes, we've talked a lot on value on this channel. And when we talk of value, there are lots of things you need to cultivate in order to be valuable in the corporate world. There's this business that I would love you to watch after this one in order for you to have an idea of what we are talking about here. So when we talk of values, you should know that an investor would love to know your values. There are lots of ways they can read through you, all right, to know if you have those values they are looking out for. And one of the most important value that you need to have, and that investors will never resist if they notice in you, is honesty. I can never talk enough on honesty on this channel, because if you want to succeed in business and have a sustainable business and also secure yourself valuable and loyal business partners, you need to be very honest and transparent in whatever transactions you are doing. Investors can actually see through you if you aren't honest. And even even if they don't, it would take no long for them to discover that you are actually a dishonest person. Now, I've given you an idea of what investors are actually looking out for when they are targeting businesses to invest in. Now, if you've done that part or you are sure that you are eligible, you would need to find those investors, right? So now let's talk about how or where to find investors. But before we do that, please like this video already if you find value in what I am offering right now, and please do well to share this video, because you know there's no way we can change Africa if we don't do it all together. So always endeavor to share our videos to as many people as you can in order for us to all take action and make Africa a better place. Now, back to what we were saying. How do you find investors? There are places you could go to in order for you to easily meet investors. And some of those places are events, all right? Attend various events, be it in your locality, or at times you could even travel and go and attend those events wherever they are taking place, because you know what you are looking out for. The next places you need to go to are seminars. Yes, attend a lot of seminars, because in seminars there are always potential investors. Go to trade shows, all right? There are investors in trade shows, because a lot of people come to trade shows for different reasons. So while some are coming to do their expositions, some are coming to enjoy the expositions and buy or network, some are equally coming to pitch businesses in which they can invest. So make good use of trade shows if you are looking for investors for your business. So before we proceed, goal getters, I can't thank you enough for the 100,000 subscriber milestone that we just hit. And like we told you guys, we are going to be celebrating it in a little way, because you guys are spread all over the globe and we can't sit in one place to celebrate. So this is what we are going to be doing for our giveaway. You are going to be having 3 options as compensation if you win the giveaway, and we are going to be selecting randomly from the best comments in the comment section of this video. So if you're interested in participating, please do well to drop your comments, and I am going to be telling you exactly what you should do. So the first thing you need to do, obviously, is to be subscribed to the channel. Yes, that's obvious, right? And the second thing you will need to do for us is to let us know in the comment section what you've learned so far from this channel. Yes, we would love to know, because when we make these videos, we have a mission of satisfying you. So we would love as well to let us know what you've learned so far from the channel. And like I said, we are going to be choosing the best comments. Now, the third thing you're going to be doing in order for you to be eligible is something that has to do with your sense of honesty and your sense of discipline. Yes, because this is something that we can't verify, all right? This is something that we would do as a test to your conscience. Yes, if you are a goal getter and you've been following us for some time right now, you would know that we preach honesty on this channel almost in all our videos. So as part of the goal getter family, you need to be an honest person. So we are going to put you to test and request that you do this, which is something we can't verify, but we are testing your own sense of loyalty, discipline, and honesty. So this is actually you sharing our videos, all right? Endeavor to please always like our videos and share. Take it as a personal mission that you aren't watching any video of ours from today without liking it and without sharing it. Like I said, this is something we can't verify, but as a goal getter that you are, we expect you to have some loyalty towards us, and we expect you also to have some level of honesty. So we are going to be challenging you to challenge your own self by making sure you do that whenever you watch our videos. So this is actually a moral engagement that you are taking with us, that you are going to be doing that for us whenever you watch any of our videos. Now, let's go to what you are going to be winning if you are selected. We've gotten 3 things to offer, and if you win, you are going to be choosing which one suits you best. And talking about it, I'm smiling already, because I know what I would choose if I were to be in your shoe. This option is that which is worth thousands of dollars. Yes, so if you are a business owner and you are a smart one, that's the option you are definitely going to be choosing. So that said, let's go straight into the prizes that you are going to be choosing from. The first thing we are going to be offering is a business shout out. Yes, no matter the business you are involved in, we are going to be shouting out your business for free, because we are celebrating a milestone on the channel. The second thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be offering a one-on-one one-on-one consultation if you choose that option. That is, we are going to be offering you a free consultation on whatever sphere you are going to be choosing. Now, the third option is cash. We are going to be giving a $100 cash to the winner. So now you know what to do. Just participate by making sure you are subscribed to the channel and dropping your best comment so far on what you've learned on the channel so far. That's all right? That's all we want from you. And like I said, we are going to be choosing from the best comments. And the third option, you know what to do. That has to do with your honesty. So I'm excited to have you win. And once you've dropped your comment, you can just be expecting the results. So we are going to be posting it on our community tab and in our subsequent videos as well. So if you are participating, do well to check our community tab next week and our next week's uploads. And if you happen to win, please do well to contact us to get your prize. And if it is the cash prize you are choosing, do well to contact us with your account details on our email. Our email is always available on our about page and in our description box. That said, I'll be glad to read in the comment sections and know what you've learned from the channel so far. That leads us to the next point, which is you need to be very good at networking. Yes, network a lot. Network as much as you can. You can even join networking groups in your area. The next thing you need to do in order for you to get investors is to use online platforms. Yes, nowadays, basically everything happens online, all right? Social media has taken over the world right now, so much so that there's no way you could actually succeed in any business of yours if you don't actively engage on social media. So like I said, you could leverage on online platforms, and the best online platforms for you to get investors are places like LinkedIn or some websites designed specifically for getting investors. So if you didn't know, let me tell you about something I learned just 3 years ago. And this is something I didn't even know that existed prior to 2020. And it is what we call angel investors or business investors. Some of you might be as well hearing about this for the first time, but it is something that very much exists. So as you heard from the name, angel investors. So these are basically people who are well-to-do, who are looking for businesses, be it startup businesses or small businesses, small enterprises, whatever you may call it. They are looking to invest in them with the main objective of helping you, all right? Though they could be gaining as well, but the main objective is to help you. That is why it is termed angel investors, because they are coming into your lives to change your life. So they are basically some little angels on earth. But hey, don't be scared, all right? I know some of you might be thinking, oh, this is the first time of hearing this term. Where can I get an angel investor? Is it real? Can I find them in Africa? Rest assured, for angel investors exist everywhere across the globe, all right? They are actually in Africa. And not only they are in Africa, they are basically present in most big cities of Africa. So like I said, most countries and big cities have gotten angel investors. So if you're in Kenya, cities like Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu are ideal to get angel investors. In Nigeria, cities like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. In South Africa, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Pretoria. In Cameroon, we've gotten Yaoundé, Douala. You just need to go online and, for instance, type angel investors Yaoundé, and you are going to be getting a whole list. If you type angel investors Douala, you are going to be presented a whole list of them. This is something, like I told you, that I got to know about just 3 years ago. And I was surprised to see that it is something actually real and a lot of people are benefiting from it. So I would love you to consider this option if you are looking for investors for your business. I've gotten a couple of you writing in the comment section of my videos that you would love to have investors for your business. So this is one of the ways you could go about them, all right? And like I always say, you could as well email us for more networking, because we've gotten people coming to us that they are looking for businesses to invest in. So we could connect you with those people as well, all right? So one thing you need to know about angel investors is that you would need to start locally before going global. Yes, you just can't wake up one day and you expect to get an angel investor from LA, for example. No, you need to start from somewhere, and that should be from your own locality. So that's why you need to target the angel investors from your country and from your city. And from there, if they are satisfied with you, they could then connect you as well to other angel investors investors across the globe. So now that I've given you an idea of how to get investors for your business, let's go now to how to go about it. Yes, you've gotten an investor, all right, or you've targeted an investor and you're about to meet them, or you're about to write to them for the first time. So I am going to be telling you the do's and don'ts when it comes to getting in contact with an investor. The first thing you should please make sure you do is avoid contacting investors through platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or through phone messages. This is simply because this appears very unprofessional and unserious. For these platforms are mostly meant for entertainment, all right? And most of these platforms tolerate a lot of disorder, and that's why you would notice that these platforms are mostly filled with youths and teenagers. Yes, there are teenagers on those platforms. So generally, people who are of high value or huge business moguls wouldn't interact on such platforms. And if you write them through those platforms, they aren't going to take you seriously. And most times it will be a complete turn-off. So if you want to contact an investor, you better do that through email or LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn is much more acceptable because it is mostly meant for business and networking. And everything on LinkedIn is professional and business inclined. So if you're about to write an email, please be brief. Go straight to the point. Avoid lengthy emails, especially during the first contact. Lengthy emails are a turn-off. I receive lots of emails on a daily basis from people across the world. And one of the things that could make me not to read your email is the length of your email. Yes. If an email is too bulky, I can guarantee you that there are 99% chances that I'm not going to be reading that email, because once you work the whole day and you are tired, or once you wake up having a hectic working night, you don't want anything bulky that is going to be stressful or that is going to be taking you a lot of energy, because honestly, lengthy emails are draining. For the least, that's how I find them, okay? I find lengthy emails draining. So I would rather stop to read a shorter email than a longer email. Then the second thing that I do, and that I guess a lot of people do as well, is the subject of the email. A lot of you don't know this, all right? Once you are contacting someone for a business deal or whatsoever, be clear from the beginning with your subject or title. Make it clear why you are contacting that person, all right? If you are contacting me for a business deal, make it clear. And I always prefer those who write in captions, okay? Those who write in bold letters. Some people actually write business deal, inquiry on machine, partnership request, business deal, investment, one-on-one consultation, buying of land inquiry. So those are the things that when I see, I will most likely click to read, because I already have an idea of why this person is contacting me. So that's why I am telling you right now that if you are contacting an investor, please, from the title or the subject of your email, be clear on why you are contacting them, because don't go about writing things like want to contact you, want to discuss with you, hello, how are you doing? Oh no, those things are so irritating, all right? And they are very unprofessional. Like I said, some of those things you could be doing that in your subsequent emails when you've started the conversation with the person, and maybe you are coming for an update or for something else. But for a first contact, please be brief and straight to the point. If you are contacting an investor for an investment, please go straight to telling them about your product, all right? Tell them about your product, and next tell them about the problem your business is encountering, all right? And go ahead to tell them how they are going to be solving that problem for you, all right? Tell them that, all right, this is my product, this is the problem I'm facing, and this is where you have to step in, or this is where I expect you to step in. This is what I want you to do for me. This is the solution I want you to bring into the business. Those are the three main things that we expect to see in an investment email. Any other thing you're going to be writing is not necessary, all right? For a first contact, I repeat, I am talking here about a first contact email. So let me repeat. In your email, you are going to be talking about the product, the problem, and the solution. Those are the three main things an investment request email should comprise of. So you can add this at the end of your email, but it is optional, right? You can go ahead to let them know exactly what they are going to be gaining from investing in your business. Like I said, this is optional. It is just an additional something that could go a long way to maybe encourage that investor to consider your request, but it is not that. But it doesn't matter if you leave that out, because those are things you could literally talk about in your next conversation if that investor actually decides to engage with you. So my dear goal getter, class, I hope I've helped you with this video know exactly what to do if you are looking out for investors. That said, if you have any other video idea that you would love me to cover for you, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comment section, and I will gladly do that. For on this channel, serving you is our priority, because we believe if all of us get to be educated on relevant things to Africa's prosperity, we are definitely going to make Africa a better place. That said, thanks for watching this video, as I will see you on my next one.